Good evening everyone, my name is Daddy V and welcome to my YouTube channel Criminology Review Simplified. The date today is May 12, 2020 and it's about past 10 in the evening. Dito po ako sa labas ng aming bahay just to shoot this video which is intended for my criminology students who are enrolled in the subject Personal Identification for the second semester of the school year 2019-2020. At dahil hindi ko po natapos ang aming lecture inside the class dahil nabutan po kami ng lockdown, I decided to make this video and require my students to watch para matapos nila yung buong lecture and at the same time alam nila ang gagawin nila sa mga online activities na ibibigay ko after this. And hindi lang po ito para sa ating mga estudyante pero para na rin po sa mga criminology graduates na magte-take po ng criminologist licensure examination, and also for those registered criminologists already who wanted to refresh their memories about the subject personal identification. However, before we begin, I would like to encourage everyone na kung hindi pa kayo nakasubscribe dito sa aking channel, all you have to do is click subscribe and give me a bell so that you will be notified just in case mag-upload ako ng mga videos sa aking YouTube channel. And with that, sit back and relax and let's begin our study. So to my criminology students, this is just a continuation of our discussion. As far as I can remember, the last topics that we had were on the 8 types of fingerprint patterns, their elements and how to identify them, as well as the rules in locating the core and the delta. So for this video, we shall be discussing ridge tracing, ridge counting, and classification formula. Ridge counting is the process of counting the ridges that pass through or touch an imaginary line drawn between the core and the delta in a loop type of pattern. Example po dito sa nakikita ninyo na figure, this is a loop type of pattern at dito natin i-apply yung tinatawag na ridge counting. So, ang steps sa ridge counting, unang-una, dapat ay hanapin ang core, okay, at ang delta. Then, after finding the core and the delta, mag-draw ng imaginary line between the core and the delta. So, pag sinabi nating imaginary line, huwag nyong i-draw yung line mismo dun sa fingerprint pattern kasi nga ito ay makakasira sa ating fingerprint pattern. So, ang gawin lang natin is pwede tayong gumawa ng ruler at itutok natin doon sa core at sa delta, and from there pwede na tayong magsimulang magbilang ng mga ridges na nasagi ng ating imaginary line. Dito sa sample na ito, makikita natin na mayroong 7 ridges ang nadaanan ng imaginary line drawn between the core and the delta. Alin yung mga ito? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kaya sa pattern na ito, mayroong 7 ridge counts. So tandaan, sa ridge counting, hindi sinasama sa bilang ang delta at ang core. Ganon din yung mga ridges na hindi nadaanan o hindi na-touch ng imaginary line. So here is another example. Kagaya ng unang example natin kanina, ang steps sa ridge counting, unang-una, dapat ay hanapin muna ang core sa delta. Then after nun, mag-draw ng imaginary line between the delta and the core, and after which bilangin yung mga ridges na na-touch ng imaginary line drawn between the delta and the core. So in this example, mayroong 7 ridges ang nadaanan ng imaginary line drawn between the core and the delta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So muli, hindi kasama sa ridge counting ang delta at saka core at yung mga ridges na hindi nadaanan o hindi na-touch ng imaginary line. For this example, our ridge count is 7. Okay, so ganun lang po kadali ang ridge counting. paulit-ulit lang nyo pong i-play itong video na ito, and later on makukuha na ninyo yung paraan kung paano mag-reeds count. By the way, maaring merong mga ganitong mga ridges ang madaanan ng inyong imaginary line dun sa isang fingerprint pattern. So ang point dito is yung pagbibilang ng mga ganitong ridges na pwedeng mataanan ng imaginary line. So unang-una dito sa bifurcation, kung ang ridge na nadaanan ng imaginary line ay bifurcation at yung imaginary line ay dumaan mismo dito sa dalawang branches ng bifurcating ridge na ito, ang ridge count natin dyan ay 2. At kung yung imaginary line ay dumaan mismo doon sa point of bifurcation, ang bilang naman natin dito ay 2. Pero kung dumaan lang ito sa stem ng bifurcating ridge, dito sa stem na ito, ang bilang natin dito ay 1. Next is trifurcation. So dito naman sa trifurcating ridge, halimbawa kung yung imaginary line mo ay dumaan dito sa trifurcating ridges, ang bilang natin dito ay 3. Kung yung imaginary line mo ay dumaan dito mismo sa trifurcation or point of trifurcation na tinatawag, ang bilang natin dyan ay 3 ridge counts. Pero kung yung imaginary line mo ay dumaan lamang dito sa stem or the single ridge that trifurcates, no, ang bilang nito is only 1. Sa crisscrossing ridge naman, so ang rule ay ganito: kung yung imaginary line mo ay dumaan dito sa dalawang branches na ito or dalawang ridges na ito na nag-crisscross, okay, ang bilang natin dito ay 2. At kung yung imaginary line ay dumaan mismo dito sa point kung saan sila nag-crisscross, ang bilang naman natin dito ay 2. So yun po ang tinatawag nating ridge counting, at yun po yung mga paraan para mag-ridge count. So tandaan natin, ang ridge count ay laging nilalagay dito sa upper right corner of a fingerprint box. The general rule is ridge counting is only applicable in a loop type of fingerprint patterns. However, there are instances where ridge counting is also required in a word type of pattern. So just in case kailangan i-ridge count ang isang word type of pattern, ganito ang dapat gawin. Unang-una, kailangan i-treat yung word type of pattern as an ulnar loop. So after treating this as an ulnar loop, hanapin din ang delta at core following the rules in locating delta and core in a loop type of pattern. So pagkatapos malocate yung core at yung delta, ang next na gagawin is mag-draw ng imaginary line between the delta and the core. And after which, bilangin ulit yung mga ridges na nadaanan o na-touch ng imaginary line drawn between the core and the delta. So for this example, ang ating ridge count ay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So dito sa word type of pattern na ito, which is a plain word, meron tayong tinatawag na 11 ridge counts. By the way, kung ang word type of pattern na ating i-ridge count ay nanggaling sa right hand, ang gagamitin nating delta is the left delta. However, kung yung ating word type of pattern ay nanggaling naman sa tinatawag na left hand, gamitin natin yung right delta in ridge count. In our next example, this is a central pocket loop word na nanggaling sa left hand. So, ang instruction dito is kailangan natin itong i-ridge count. So, kagaya ng unang example natin kanina, ang unang step na gagawin natin dito ay i-treat natin itong word type of pattern na ito as ulnar loop. And since this came from the left hand, ang gamitin nating delta for the purpose of ridge counting is the right delta. So, na-locate na natin yung right delta. Sunod nating i-locate yung core. Then, after locating the core, we draw an imaginary line between the core and the delta. So, pag na-draw na natin yung imaginary line na yan, ano ang susunod na gagawin? Bilangin yung ridges na na-touch o nadaanan ng imaginary line from the core to the delta. Pero wag nating isasali sa bilang yung core at saka delta. So, in this type of pattern, or for this example, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ridges na nadaanan ng imaginary line. So, ang ridge count natin is 9.